Hey guys, welcome back to another video. You join me back at the Eurotunnel. I feel like I've been here a few times over the past couple of months. I'm in my M2 long-termer and I'm heading over to Germany and the Nürburgring for a gigantic 1M meet. I have Patrick in the car with me and we have Petrol Ped driving that gorgeous white 1M press car just over there. Looks absolutely stunning and contrasts really well with this Toronto red M2. It also does show us how pretty M cars were not so long ago. This 1M meet is ran by my good friend Oliver, who used to actually work at AC Schnitzer, the 1M Register I believe it's called, and he has organised this. I'm really looking forward to it tomorrow. I believe there are at least 80 1Ms coming from pretty much all over Europe, so it's going to be awesome to check them all out and see people's cars, because I think some are quite highly modified and some are completely standard like the 1M that we're going with. So it should be an awesome couple of days. I'm going to jump in that 1M a bit later on, so you can join me in that car. We're now going to get checked in and hopefully have some food and then jump on the train. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video and I will catch up with you a little bit later. Right then guys, you join us many hours later because the traffic through Belgium was horrendous, but that's nothing new for regulars that come out to the wonderful Nürburgring. I'm now in the 1M and we're actually following a beautiful Valencia orange 1M that belongs to Matt, who's actually a Swift Performance customer. You might have seen him in one of my M2 rebuild videos. But yeah, look at this beautiful, wonderful countryside, the Eifel region. It's just beautiful. I go on about it all the time when I come out to Nürburgring because it always takes my breath away. It's almost like I forget what a wonderful location the Nürburgring is in, and it never ever grows old. Before I switch the cameras off for this evening and you join us at tomorrow's meet, which will include obviously this car and that Valencia orange 1M in front, I just want to give you a couple of little facts and figures about the 1M. Hopefully I don't get them wrong, because this is the internet and the internet does not like wrong facts and figures. This is one of 450 right-hand drive 1Ms that came to the UK. Just 450. BMW produced 6,309, I think. Not tiny numbers, but at the same time not massive numbers, and certainly low enough to make them such a special modern classic car as they are. And tell you what, I've been behind the wheel of this car, well, for about the length of time that these cameras have been running, and it's just different. It's lovely. Yes, it's nowhere near as capable as the G87. It's nowhere near as fast in a straight line either, although it doesn't feel much slower. But it's just a fantastic little car. Also the driving position, when you've been in those wonderful carbon buckets sitting on the floor, suddenly I feel like I'm sitting on about 3 cushions. I'm going to switch these cameras off because we're going to leave this car at the hotel, head out in the M2 for dinner with our good friend Misha. So yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow. Morning guys, we've got the full dysfunctional family in the car today.
Are we there yet?
Yeah, we all had a reasonable sleep. There's a water shortage this morning, so no showers, but thankfully one of us,
Smuggo,
had a shower just before bed last night, because after a long day on the road I felt like a shower, but these two filth bags, well, they went to bed and woke up this morning and realised that actually, yes, there's no water in the region, not just the hotel. We are here now at the Ring Boulevard. We've actually got a lovely black 1M behind us, which is looking mean. I'm looking forward to seeing what is about, because, well, just last night wandering around, heading out having dinner with Misha, we saw so many 1Ms floating around. So I think it's up here. This is where I get completely lost. And I think it's across this bridge.
So handbrake,
Yeah.
full send round there, a la kind of, Ken Block styling.
Exactly.
Got a clutch kick it as well because it's a manual.
So I think it's straight across here. So that's the Lindner Hotel on the right there, which is where we might have gone for a cheeky drink last night.
Maybe.
This is the roller coaster on the left here that basically hasn't functioned since it was made in when? What did Misha say? Like
18, 19, wasn't it? A long time.
no, it was older than that, I think. I think like 2009 or something.
Only ran for 2 weeks.
two weeks, yeah, before they realised it just wasn't going to run. Wow, look at this. So you can see where the roller coaster went in. So we got white 1M in front. We've got Valencia orange. We've got black. In fact, I think this is the colour palette. There's just over 80 1Ms in here, which is just, honestly, it's amazing. We've been here about an hour actually, and I've only just got around to getting the camera on because it's just been a lot to digest and take in. The three main colours, production colours for the 1M are the white, which obviously the press car that we've got, black, and the lovely Valencia orange. But there are some unique cars here as well, some that have been sort of modified aftermarket, if you like. And there's actually a Java green one around the corner that was one of one that came out of the BMW factory. So that's probably arguably the most special car here. This one behind me is also very special for a number of reasons. First one being the fact that, well, it has Dubai plates on it. So it's come all the way from Dubai. It's been on a ship for 3 weeks to come over here. And the colour, well, believe it or not, it's actually a peelable paint. The bonnet also has a bulge in it, so you can see slightly different to every other bonnet in here. And that came off a 1 Series electric car from, I think it was about 15 years ago. They did some prototypes. It never eventuated, never made it into production, which is ironic when you think today's world is all going to electric. BMW have been very forthcoming with things like that, electric cars. They did a hydrogen car a long time ago. But anyway, those cars ended up getting crushed. This owner managed to save one of the bonnets and put it on here. And I think it just suits the car so much. It looks like it's made to be on that car. But anyway, let's just go for a wander down here and have a look, because there's just so many, there's some really nice original cars here, like the one we're in. And I really respect and like that with these sort of cars, but then also people have gone to town with them. Like this one here has obviously got a wrap on it. You've got yellow lights, you've got a cage in there, you've got some Recaro buckets. And that's kind of the theme here. It's like original, modified, original, modified. I think my absolute personal favorite, the Valencia orange, just looks so good. It contrasts so well with the CSL silver wheels. There's a petrol ped just there. There is our car that we came down here in. I think it's the only one with flies on the front of the car because everyone, obviously it's their pride and joy, and they've all been out polishing their cars, rightly so, but I quite like the fact that it has a bit of a beard. I think Ped managed to do about 155 miles an hour in that, which is pretty much where the rev limiter is. Look at this. That's a proper bit of kit, that is. God knows how much he's spent on them. BBS wheels, just like Russ at Swift Performance has got. I think they're about 5 or 6 grand alone, and fully caged bucket seats, etc. Big wing on the back, loads of aero. See, that's the contrast. That's a fully kitted aftermarket job compared to a fairly stock looking car. That looks nice. The sort of bronze alloys, they look really good, contrast very well with the white car. Some more lovely BBS. You also notice that, in fact, every single one I've seen this morning has got Michelin tyres on it, because they were actually OEM with Michelin Pilot Sport tyres out of the factory, but most of the cars today have got Pilot Super Sports on them, or I've seen some with PS5s, I've seen now some with PS4Ss. So we've just come into the M Boulevard showroom. It's quite dark in here. There's a very nice frozen black M3 Touring over there. We've got a new M2 and we've got an M4 down the end there. But what I wanted to show you is this bad boy. Obviously MotoGP is very close to my heart, and back in the day, 2011, that was the official MotoGP car. Absolutely stunning bit of kit. Really, really cool. Probably hasn't done much since they retired it, I think in 2012. Something else that's quite funny. We're just talking out there about tyres, so, well, that says Pirelli, but they are Pilot Supersport tyres, so yes. Oh my goodness. 147,000 euros. Wow. We are, I say it a lot, we are lucky in the UK, although car pricing has gone nuts. We are lucky compared to a lot of the rest of Europe, including Germany, where BMW are from. That's crazy. So I think what we'll finish with is this Java green one down here, because there's just so much to look at, and I wish I knew more about each individual car, but I don't, so I'm not going to walk around pretending to. But so this car actually left the factory looking like that. That is a factory car, that's a factory paint. What a beautiful, beautiful piece of kit. Right, we are gonna go and grab a coffee, have a bite to eat, and then I think we're all gonna go out for a little drive. It's difficult in Germany because you're not allowed to go out for an organized, let's say, road trip or convoy, but there is a recommended route, let's say. So hopefully we can do a little bit of driving in the 1M with some other 1Ms, enjoy it while the sun's out. There's another one that's just come in, actually, another Valencia orange. They're just everywhere, and it's just wonderful. It's so cool to see. Right, well, that was an experience. I've certainly never seen so many 1Ms, and it was just lovely, as we just looked at, seeing everyone's interpretation of the 1M, not just colours. their specs, what they've done to them, and many of the men and women, or the owners, have had them since new as well. I was surprised. I've talked to a lot during the last couple of hours, and a lot of people have had theirs since new, which is really, really cool. We're now going out for a quick drive around the surrounding areas, and I'm actually following my good friend Sebastian T, in his Valencia orange car, and that is the car that I actually filmed my 1M review on about 2 years ago, I think it was. And then the black car that's in between us is Seb's good friend. So it's quite cool that we've got a Valencia orange car, black car, and obviously this white press car. And in the meantime, Ped has actually gone down to Apex because he is getting a lap from Misha, although the circuit's been closed a few times today, lots of accidents, it's been very busy. Oops, no.
It's all our gift bags.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm going to regret that in a second. They're going to go flying. We've got bananas back there as well. Oh yes, straight into a fun bit of road.
That's better.
We've actually got a black 1M behind us as well. What a piece of road! How do I not know this piece of road? Oh, what a fun little car. Mighty little thing. And it feels little as well. The wheelbase feels really short. Brilliant. Brilliant. Nice M135i. So direct, the steering is just ridiculous. And guess what? I have some feel because it's a hydraulic steering rack.
What's your go-to spec of all the cars there today? What would you pick out of the bunch if someone said you could take one home?
I mean, it would have to be that Java Green. Yeah, it's hard. It'd be between that and the Dubai. It's interesting because it's, especially with such an iconic car that was made in so fewer numbers, changing the paint colour, albeit, what's it called? Spray on paint or something? Not spray on paint.
Yeah, it's like a wrap, but it's a wrap material that's then sprayed over the top. So it is paint, but it's peelable paint.
Peelable paint. Yeah, I mean, you can very quickly ruin or destroy such an iconic thing by doing something like that. But he's done it in such a classy way, in a really cool colour, that's not too in your face, and it looks like it's been, you know, it's a very good job. And also things like the bonnet on that, it's just that was a really cool car. Yeah. But I think the Java Green one, be hard to look past that. Otherwise, probably one of the more stock cars like these three. But
Seb's car for me is the dream.
It's a pretty car.
The Valencia with the silver wheels as well.
I think I'm going to switch the cameras off now and enjoy the rest of the drive. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's something a little bit different, but I thought, you know what, I'm coming out to do a number of things out here at the Nürburgring. Massive sideline shout out to Nextbase Dashcams who have funded this trip. They're not sponsoring this specific video, but we couldn't have made out here without them, so huge thanks to them. Big thanks to Oliver and the 1M Register. I'll put a link to their Instagram and details in the description below, because if you've got a 1M, you can't miss out on this if they do it. I'm assuming they're going to do it next year. Oliver was expecting, what, 20 cars or something? Yeah,
it was initially planned for 20.
Yeah, 20 cars and 40 people. They had 82 cars and 160 people in the end. So I can imagine as well that next year it'll almost be too popular, because I know a few UK customers or a few UK 1M owners that have messaged me going, oh, I wish I'd known about it earlier, or I couldn't make the dates or something. But yeah, definitely well worth the trip. In fact, now behind the van, oh, there's a nice FA7 all kitted up. Behind the van now, there must be another 5 or 6 1Ms. Valencia orange, Valencia orange, Valencia orange, a black one. Very, very cool. Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you at another video very, very soon. Keep an eye out for an up and coming video where I compare this 1M to the brand new GE87 M2. Very different sort of eras, and be interesting to see what they're like to drive back to back on exactly the same piece of road somewhere around here. Take it easy. Thanks to Pat as well, obviously, as always. Yeah, adios.